limits and continuity. So now we will be moving to calculus, that is limit part. First limit, while continuity. Limit, this particular word you will see everywhere. Whenever you enter a particular city, there will be a one board, limit starts. If you go to a particular cart section or something like that, there it is written, the speed limit. So what this particular limiting convention also, say if we consider my place only Athani, my place is Athani. See, if we want to enter this Athani, there is written limit, Athani limit starts, or afterwards at the end Athani limit ends. Athani limit ends. So which is that particular limit? Say if we enter, somebody will get down at some particular place, somebody will come, and when that bus stand will come, conductor will say, yes, Athani, yes, get down from Athani, from the bus. If you may say that, no, it's silly, Athani is there. No, he will say, because his limit is that one only. So what this particular limit is? So if we go through a particular point, when we come in the neighborhood of that particular point, we say that we have attained the limit. We have attained the limit, and this particular concept is known as neighborhood. Neighborhood. So if a function attains a value within this neighborhood, we say that the function has attained the limit. The function has attained the limit. It need not be this thing. But if you want to give certain values to a function, first you will be giving values to the variable. Say if we consider fx as a function, then what will be the value of fx? See, it depends on the value of x. It depends on the value of x. So when x tends to a particular value, then fx will also tend to a particular value. It must tend. It should not oscillate. It should not go to infinity. So if x approaches some value a, if fx approaches some value say L, then what we will say? L is the limit of this particular function fx as x tends to a. Remember these particular number here, x tends to a means x approaches a. It will be very close to a. By that time what should happen to f? Fx should be very close to L. But here one point where we will say here only x approaches a. So if we consider a point on the real line as a, approach a means how you can approach? Either you can approach this way or you can approach this way. Either you can approach this way or this way. So similarly, if L is one of the points on the real number, and if it is associated with that particular fx can approach this way or this way also. And this way also. So if fx approaches L from the left, we call this particular limit as left hand limit. If fx approaches L from the right, then we call it as right hand limit. So sometimes the two values may be different, and if they are equal only, then what we will say? Fx will be having limit till n as x tends to a. X tends to a. X will never be equal to a. X will be never equal to a. This is very important concept here. So what we say? X tends to a. Very close to a. Very close to a. So by this particular definition concept, if we write in short, how we will say? If you consider epsilon, which is very small, but greater than 0. It is positive, but very small. Then there exists one more number. What it is? It is also greater than 0 only, but small. It is very small, and it is small. And then there will be a particular number. What is that number? A. A particular number A. See what happens here? The difference between x and a will be less than delta, and the difference between fx and L will be less than epsilon. So whenever the difference between x and a is less than delta, what it implies? Less than delta means the difference between the two numbers will be very close. X is a variable. When it can be very close to a, if it approaches a, How it can approach? Either from the left or from the right. So, we are taking that absolute, and that difference will be very less. If the difference is very less means x is approaching a, and here we will go through if that time the value of f(x) corresponding to the value of x and the difference between that limit L should also be very less, mean the f(x) value must approach this L value. This will then what we will say, f(x) is having limit L when x tends to a, and it is written in this fashion: limit of f(x) as x tends to a is equal to L. So, in short, how we will say, as x approaches say, if f(x) approaches L, then L is called the limit of f(x) as x tends to a. X tends to a. So, just we can give one example. So, in this particular fashion, we will be finding the limits of the function, but it is a very difficult or a very lengthy one. So, we can take one example here. Say here f(x) is equal to x plus 2 is a function, and what our L is equal to 3, and what our a is 1. A is 1. So, now let us find out whether f(x) has a limit as x tends to a. f(x) has limit as x tends to a. When we will say a, say if f(x) approaches 3 as x approaches 1, then we will say that f(x) is having that particular limit. So, how x can approach? So, x can take, x can take. So, here what we can take, left hand or right hand. So, if we write down x approaches a, how it will approach? By taking the values. By taking the values, how it will approach? X tends to 1. How? By taking the values. See, with very close values we will be taking. It may be 0.1. or 0.2 and so on, 0.9 and so on. How it will be? 0.9999 and so on, but it will never be equal to 1 because it approaches 1, it will not be equal to 1. But 0.999 and so on is nearly equal to 1, but not equal to 1. So, what will be the corresponding value of f(x) now? What will be f(x)? So, if you substitute x value here, it will be 2.1, 2.2, 2.9 and here 2.99999 and so on. To which value it is very close? It is close to 3. It is close to 3. So, what it implies? As x tends to 1, as x approaches 1, f(x) approaches 3. Therefore, what we can say? Limit of f(x) as x tends to 1 is equal to 3. But only here we have considered left hand side. Let us now go to right hand side. Say this is minus convention, or x tends to 1. From the this is left convention, and now we will be moving to right convention. X approaches 1. How it can approach? From the right. From the right means all the values on the right of 1 are greater than 1 only. So, from greater to smaller let us come. See, how will be that next value? It may be 1.9. Then we will be 1.8 and so on. Then we will be having 1.1, or then we can be having 1.0000001, last value. 1 point. So, how many zeros are here? We cannot predict so many zeros, but finally we will be having 1. So, what it implies? It is not equal to 1. But it is very close to 1. And if we go through the corresponding values of f(x) now, see, if you substitute this particular value here, it will be 3.9, 3.8 and so on, and finally 3.0001. And what it implies? See, this is approaches 3. So, if you move from the left or from the right, what we will see that f(x) approaches 3 only. So, finally, what we will say? Therefore, limit of f(x) as x tends to a is equal to L, that is limit of x plus 2 as x tends to 1 is equal to 3. So, this is the method of finding the limit of a particular function, but it is very lengthy. So, we go through some mechanical methods or we will be using that particular method for only particular sums, what we can call them as indeterminate forms. But before coming to that indeterminate form, we have to discuss about continuity. About continuity. A function is said to be continuous. What it implies? It is having value there. Only this much. If a function is having a value at a particular point or at a particular value of x, then what we say? It is continuous. If the value is not there, how the value will not be there? How the value will not be there? Or when you say that f x is equal to something and if you put x is equal to any value, you must get something. But sometimes you will get something, but it is not called a value. See, I will be taking one example. Say x square minus 4 upon x minus 2. Say let us consider this as y. And you are asked to draw the graph of this particular function. You are asked to draw the graph of this particular function. Then immediately what you will do? You will formulate a table. And here you will say x and here you will say y. Then we start putting values. X equal to 0, minus 4 upon minus 2, 2. X is equal to 1. 1 minus 4 is minus 3. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So when it is 1. So x is equal to 2. We blindly put it because we have custom 0, 1, 2. So when we put this value, 2 square is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Okay, no problem. But here you see 2 minus 2 is also 0. We know that any 0 divided by anything is 0, but 0 divided by 0 is not 0. Because if anything is divided by 0, it is infinity. If 0 is divided by anything, it is 0. So now whether it is infinity or 0, it is known as indeterminate. Then what happens? Here you will be not having the value of y or you will not be having the value of fx. Then what we call that particular point as point of discontinuity. So what we do now? Now we leave this 2 and come to 3. And again we will get that value. So if you leave that particular point, then what we will say? We may have continuous values. So such points where you will be obtaining such values for y or fx which cannot be determined are known as points of discontinuity, or what we can say, the function is discontinuous at that particular point. But what we say with respect to limit, what we say? In case of limit, we will not take the x equal to 2 only, but what we say? X tends to 2, means x will never be equal to 2. So we can find out the limit of this particular function, because what is the concept? X tends to 2, x will never be equal to 2. So when x is not equal to 2 only, it can never be equal to 0 by 0. So we will be having limit even though the point is the point of discontinuity. The point of discontinuity. So for that we will be going through certain mechanical methods. What is that? We try to remove the point of discontinuity from the function and then directly use certain concepts. So here we will go through the definition of continuity. Say a function fx is said to be continuous. Is said to be continuous. Say where at x is equal to a. At a particular point x is equal to a. When, say first thing, limit of fx as x tends to a exists. Say when it exists, if left hand limit is equal to this right hand limit equal to left hand limit. See, I already have given you the concept. When the x value or x value approaches, say, from the left is called left hand limit, and when it approaches from the right or by taking the values greater than a, it is known as right hand limit. Both should be equal. Then what we say? Limit of fx as x tends to a exists. Then second one, fa must be defined. Fa must be defined. Must be defined. So you will be defining it. You will not be finding, you will be defining it directly. X square minus 4 upon x minus 2. It is defined. Fx is equal to 4 when x is equal to 2 or something like that. It is defined. You will not question this particular definition. And then third, after defining that value, if these are equal, if limit of fx as x tends to a equals fa, then what we say, a function fx is said to be continuous at x is equal to a. So, we conversely think of it. If we say that a function is continuous, if you say that a function is continuous at x equal to a, definitely, then what we can say, limit of fx as x tends to a is nothing but fa. Is nothing but fa. So, how a function can be made continuous? By removing the point of discontinuity. By removing the point of discontinuity, we can make the function continuous, and once we come to that the function has become continuous, then what we can do, limit of fx as x tends to a is nothing but fa. So, directly we will substitute the value of x there and find out the limiting value. This is the concept, but when you deal with such problems, you will always get indeterminate forms only. What will be having? Indeterminate forms only. So, one example I can give you. See here, find out the limit of x square minus 4 upon x minus 2 as x tends to 2. So, according to this definition, what this limit is? It is nothing but fa. So, first we try to put x is equal to 2 in the function, and if we get that particular value, no problem, that will be our limiting value. So, let us try. Let us put x equal to 2 here. What it is? 4 minus 4 is 0, 2 minus 2 is 0. So, 0 by 0. So, what it implies? We have not got the value. Why we have not got the value? Probably it may be the point of discontinuity. It may be the point of discontinuity. So, what we do here? We remove the point of discontinuity. So, for the removal of point of discontinuity, there are different methods, and one method is factorization. One is associated with a method is there, but we can take a formula and then we can go through the trigonometric concept also. Then one method is rationalization method. In this particular fashion, different methods are there. These are not the methods to find out the limit, but these are the methods to remove the point of discontinuity and make the function continuous at that particular point. And once the function becomes continuous at that particular point, then our definition is limit of fx as x tends to a is nothing but fa. So, how we to make this continuity, this function continuous? So, here we will be using factorization method. So, once you factorize, see what is the factors of this one? X minus 2 into x plus 2 upon x minus 2 as x tends to 2. As a hint, x from x you subtract it. So, x minus 2 is our cancelable factor. So, try to obtain that particular factor in the two functions. In the two functions and cancel them. See here, we will directly cancel it. Is cancellation possible if x is equal to 2? It is not possible. Because when x equals to, it will be 0, it will 0, 0 cannot be cancelled. So, here what we say, no, x cannot be equal to 2. Why? Because x tends to 2. What is given here? X tends to 2. When x tends to 2, x can never be equal to 2. Therefore, it cannot be 0 as well as it cannot be 0. And this, see, so what we say? X is not equal to 2. So, we have cancelled. So, after that, we obtain one more function here, x plus 2 as x tends to 2. Now, we forget this function only we look at this sum. So, again what we do? We put again x is equal to 2 here. 2 plus 2, 4, we got the value. So, what it implies? Now, we do not think of continuity, but we have removed the point of discontinuity. The function has become continuous now, and when the function is continuous, limit of fx as x tends to a is equal to fa. Fa means put x is equal to a value 2 plus 2 and that is equal to 4. So, this is what we call it as factorization method of finding the limit. But actually it is not finding the limit, to remove the point of discontinuity, and this particular concept is known as indeterminate form. So, whenever we will be having indeterminate form, there are different methods, and by that you can find out the limit. So, after learning differentiation, the hospital rule is also one of the methods. So, which are these particular indeterminate forms? Say which are 0 by 0, or infinity by infinity. So we know that if infinity is divided by anything, we get infinity. But if infinity is divided by infinity, we don't get 1. So, or if you subtract anything from infinity, you will get infinity. But if you subtract infinity from infinity, what you will get? We don't know. So again, that will be also indeterminate form. Indeterminate form. So if, say, this is anything raised to 0 is 1. But what is 0 raised to 0? No, we don't know. That is also indeterminate form. 0 raised to 0 is not 1, or we don't know. So you will be having such a type of different indeterminate form. For at the PUC level, you will be going through only 2 indeterminate forms, or even 3 you can go through depending on the problems. So this is how we deal with limits, but actually it is not limit problem, it is indeterminate form, and through using indeterminate we will be finding the limits of those functions in that particular indeterminate form. There are different methods, and also 2 standard results are also there. Just you can go through only results and not proving the results. So first result is limit of x raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a as x tends to a is equal to n a raised to n minus 1. So if a function is what this particular n is a real number, it can be anything, or you can call it as rational number. We here will not be taking other convention. Say n is a rational number. So it may be in the form of a fraction or anything. So what will be that particular n a raised to n minus 1? Already we have given that particular example. What is that? X square minus 4. Minus 4 means 2 square divided by x minus 2 as x tends to 2. So it is in this form only, x raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a as x raised to a. What will be the answer? N. What that n is? 2. And then 2. N minus 1 is 1. So whatever answer is 4. Already we got that particular answer in the earlier example. So here we can use this formula to attempt such sums. Or the second one is very important, which is connected with trigonometry. So what it is? Limit of sin theta by theta as theta tends to 0 is also equal to limit of theta by sin theta as theta tends to 0 is also equal to limit of tan theta upon theta as theta tends to 0 is equal to 1. Condition is theta in radians. Theta in radians. So here you can take sin theta by theta as theta tends to 0, or theta by sin theta as theta tends to 0, or tan theta by theta as theta tends to 0. All values will be equal to 1 only. Tomorrow we can deal with some functions, some problems from limits, and some from continuity. Thank you.